Built to Create Value, a practical guide to developing the mindset, character, and skills of a successful entrepreneur. Written by Daniel Eramesele, YouTube audiobook, Session 06. Building Your Life on Core Values. Welcome to Built to Create Value, a practical guide to developing the mindset, character, and skills of a successful entrepreneur, written by Daniel Eramesele. This is Session 6, Building Your Life on Core Values. In our previous session, we looked at turning vision into personal mission. We established that vision shows you where you are going, while mission defines the work you are committed to doing. We saw that mission creates focus, guides action, and helps you live intentionally. Now we move to another essential foundation of entrepreneurship and personal development. Core values. Your values shape your decisions. They influence your relationships. They affect how you use money, time, influence, and opportunity. They help determine what kind of person you become and what kind of business you build. Many people want success. Many people want influence. Many people want prosperity. But not everyone understands that success without values can become dangerous. A person may gain money and lose integrity. A business may grow and lose trust. An entrepreneur may attract customers and lose character. That is why values matter. Values help you build a life that is not only productive, but also stable, trustworthy, and sustainable. What are core values? Core values are the deeply held principles and standards that guide your behavior, decisions, and priorities. They are the internal convictions that influence what you consider important, acceptable, worthwhile, and non-negotiable. Values help answer questions such as, what do I stand for? What kind of person do I want to be? What principles will guide my choices? What will I refuse to compromise? How do I want people to experience me and my business? A person may say, I value honesty. Another may say, I value excellence. Another may value respect, discipline, responsibility, service, consistency, fairness, or compassion. These values become most visible not when life is easy, but when decisions are difficult. Values are the hidden foundation of your life. You can often see a person's results before you see their values. But over time, values reveal themselves. The way you speak to people reveals values. The way you treat money reveals values. The way you respond to pressure reveals values. The way you handle success reveals values. The way you treat those who cannot benefit you reveals values. The way you keep your promises reveals values. Values are like foundations. A building may look impressive above ground, but if the foundation is weak, the structure will eventually become unstable. In the same way, a person's life or business may appear strong from a distance. But if the internal values are weak, pressure may eventually expose the weakness. This is why values are not decorations. They are structural. Why values matter in entrepreneurship. Business constantly presents choices. You may face the temptation to exaggerate a product in order to make a sale. You may be tempted to delay payment unfairly. You may be tempted to compromise quality to increase profit. You may be tempted to make promises you cannot keep. You may be tempted to take shortcuts because customers may not notice immediately. These moments reveal values. Without values, decisions can become controlled by greed, fear, insecurity, or convenience. But values help you ask deeper questions. Is this right? What will this do to my reputation? What will this do to customer trust? Would I be proud to explain this decision publicly? Will this choice still look wise in the long term? A business without values may make money for a season, but businesses built without values often struggle to sustain trust. And trust is one of the most valuable assets any entrepreneur can possess. Values protect your reputation. Reputation is not built only by marketing. It is built by behavior. People remember how you made them feel. They remember whether you kept your word. They remember whether your quality matched your claims. They remember how you responded when something went wrong. They remember whether you were trustworthy. Core values protect your reputation because they guide behavior consistently. If you value honesty, you will be less likely to deceive. If you value excellence, you will be less likely to become careless. If you value service, you will pay attention to customer needs. If you value respect, you will not treat people badly because they seem less important. A good reputation is difficult to build and easy to damage. Values help you protect it. Values help you think long-term. People without strong values often think only in terms of immediate gain. What can I get now? How can I benefit quickly? What can I take advantage of? But values help you think beyond the moment. They help you ask, what kind of future am I building? What kind of name am I building? What kind of relationships am I building? Will this decision help me in 5 years or damage me in 5 years? For example, an entrepreneur may gain short-term profit by lowering quality secretly. But when customers become disappointed, trust may be lost. That short-term gain may create long-term damage. Values help you choose what is sustainable over what is merely convenient. Values help you become consistent. One of the greatest strengths of strong values is consistency. If you do not know what you stand for, your behavior may change depending on who is watching, what you can gain, or what pressure you are under. But when values are clear, they create stability. You do not become one person in public and another in private. You do not become honest when it is convenient and dishonest when it is difficult. You do not treat some people with dignity and others with contempt. Strong values help reduce internal confusion. They help you make decisions with greater confidence because you already know the principles guiding your life. Personal values and business values should agree. Your business may eventually have its own stated values. But those business values should not be disconnected from your personal values. If you say you value integrity as a person, but your business uses manipulation, there is a contradiction. If you say you value respect, but you mistreat staff, there is a contradiction. If you say you value service, but your business consistently ignores customers, there is a contradiction. The strongest businesses often grow out of alignment. The person and the enterprise are moving in the same direction. This does not mean you are perfect. It means you are committed to making your business an extension of the principles you truly believe in. Alignment creates strength. Constant contradiction creates weakness. Important core values for entrepreneurs. There are many values a person can choose, but some are especially important for entrepreneurship. 1. Integrity. Integrity means honesty, sound character, and moral consistency. It means doing what is right even when it costs you something. Integrity helps you build trust with customers, employees, partners, and the public. Without integrity, success becomes fragile. 2. Excellence. Excellence means doing your work well. It means refusing to become careless. It means improving quality, paying attention to detail, and giving your best within the resources available. Excellence is not perfectionism. It is the disciplined pursuit of high standards. 3. Responsibility. Responsibility means accepting ownership for your choices, duties, and outcomes. A responsible entrepreneur does not blame everyone else for every problem. He or she examines personal responsibility and responds to what can be controlled. 4. Respect. Respect means treating people with dignity. It means understanding that customers, staff members, suppliers, and colleagues deserve proper treatment. Respect does not mean weakness. It means maturity. 5. Discipline. Discipline means doing what is necessary even when it is uncomfortable. It means controlling yourself in order to reach your goals. Discipline is seen in time management, financial control, consistency, and the ability to follow through. 6. Service. Service means caring about the value you create for others. It means being useful. It means solving real problems and contributing meaningfully to people's lives. 7. Accountability. Accountability means being willing to answer for your actions. It means being open to evaluation, correction, and honest review. Accountability helps protect you from self-deception. 8. Reliability. Reliability means being dependable. It means people can trust your word, your timing, your delivery, and your follow-through. Reliability creates confidence in relationships and in business. Values should be chosen deliberately. Do not assume your values are clear simply because you consider yourself a good person. Choose them deliberately. Write them down. Think about them. Define them. For example, if you choose excellence as a value, ask, what does excellence look like in my work? Does it mean better communication, more careful packaging, improved customer service, higher quality production, cleaner systems? If you choose integrity, ask, what behavior will demonstrate integrity in my finances, pricing, promises, and relationships? Values become stronger when they are clearly understood. Values must become behavior. A value is only meaningful if it is visible in action. You may say, I value honesty, but if you regularly mislead customers, the real value is not honesty. You may say, I value excellence, but if your work is repeatedly careless, excellence is not governing your behavior. You may say, I value people, but if you treat people poorly under pressure, your value system needs strengthening. Values must move from words into habits. Real values are lived. Your values will be tested. It is easy to speak about values when nothing is at stake. It is easier to speak about honesty when dishonesty seems unnecessary. It is easier to speak about excellence when time is available. It is easier to speak about respect when people are cooperative. But values become real when they are tested. What will you do when telling the truth may cost you money? What will you do when quality requires more effort? What will you do when a customer behaves badly? What will you do when pressure is high and cutting corners seems easier? These moments reveal whether values are real or merely verbal. Do not be surprised when your values are tested. Testing is part of growth. Values help you build the right culture. If you build a team, your values will eventually shape the culture of your organization. Culture is the environment created by repeated beliefs and repeated behaviors. What do people experience when they interact with your business? Do they experience carelessness or excellence? Do they experience confusion or order? Do they experience disrespect or dignity? Do they experience distrust or reliability? A founder's values eventually influence what is tolerated, rewarded, and repeated. If you reward dishonesty because it produces sales, you will create a dishonest culture. If you tolerate lateness and carelessness, those things will multiply. If you insist on integrity, quality, and respect, those values begin shaping the environment. Culture does not happen by accident. It is built. Values help you make decisions faster. One benefit of strong values is that they reduce confusion. If you know what you stand for, some decisions become easier. For example, if integrity is a non-negotiable value, certain business opportunities can be rejected immediately because they violate your principles. If respect is a value, mistreating employees or customers is not an option. If excellence is a value, deliberately delivering poor work becomes unacceptable. Values act like decision filters. They help you process choices through clear principles rather than only through emotion or pressure. Values create self-respect. When you continually violate your own values, something happens inside you. You may gain money, you may gain status, you may impress people, but inwardly, you can lose peace and self-respect. A person who repeatedly betrays what they know is right often becomes divided within themselves. But when you live according to strong values, even when it is difficult, you strengthen your self-respect. You know you can trust yourself. That inner stability matters. Your values should support your future. The future you want to build will require certain values. If you want to build a respected company, you will need integrity. If you want to manage wealth well, you will need discipline and responsibility. If you want to lead people effectively, you will need respect and accountability. If you want customers to return, you will need service and reliability. Values are not obstacles to success. They are often the framework that makes success sustainable. Do not borrow values you do not believe. Sometimes people use fashionable language. They copy values from websites or companies because the words sound impressive. But if those values are not genuinely believed, they will not last. Choose values you are willing to practice. Choose values you are willing to defend. Choose values that can survive pressure. It is better to have a few deeply held values than many impressive words you do not live. Build your life, not just your business. This session is called Building Your Life on Core Values because values apply to more than entrepreneurship. They shape your home. They shape your relationships. They shape your leadership. They shape your finances. They shape your habits. They shape your future. A strong business built by weak character can eventually collapse. But when you build your life on strong values, those values can support every part of your growth. Do not only ask, what values should my company have? Also ask, what values must govern my life if I am going to carry success well? That is a more powerful question. Personal reflection and action. Before moving to the next session, take time to identify and clarify your core values. Question 1. What 5 values do you want people to experience when they deal with you? Examples may include integrity, excellence, discipline, respect, service, reliability, responsibility, accountability. Choose your 5. Question 2. For each value, write one behavior that proves it is real. For example, if you value reliability, perhaps the behavior is meeting deadlines. If you value honesty, perhaps the behavior is transparent communication. If you value excellence, perhaps the behavior is improving quality and correcting mistakes quickly. Make each value practical. Question 3. What current habit or behavior is contradicting one of your values? Be honest. What needs to change? Question 4. Which value do you believe will be most tested in your entrepreneurial journey? Why? Think about the kind of pressure you are most likely to face. Question 5. Finally ask, what one decision can I make this week that better aligns my life with my values? Choose one practical step, then take it. Closing. Thank you for listening to Session 6 of Built to Create Value, written by Daniel Eremisele. Remember, values are not decorations, they are foundations. They guide your choices, they protect your reputation, they help you think long-term. They make your life and business more consistent. And they help ensure that success does not cost you your character. Choose your values deliberately, write them down, practice them consistently, allow them to shape your decisions, and build your life, not just your business, on principles strong enough to carry your future. In our next session, we will continue with Session 7, Developing Strong Personal and Business Ethics. We will examine how values are translated into standards of behavior and how ethics protect trust, organizational culture, and long-term success. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, keep strengthening your values, keep developing your capacity, and keep building your ability to create value. This is Built to Create Value, written by Daniel Eremisele. We sincerely appreciate the time you have spent with us. We look forward to connecting with you again. Until then, remain blessed, continue exploring the treasures God has placed within you, and remember to listen to our other inspirational materials. We would be grateful to receive your feedback and hear how this audiobook has blessed, encouraged, or transformed your life. Please help us to like and subscribe to our channel to help us reach more people. Thank you once again.